PGD, post-ginger depression.
That's what it really is.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold won, and he just wasn't ready for this because it was everything that he said could never happen. Can't win with a ginger.
Yes.
He's going to choke. Well, guess what? He didn't. He actually had a really good game. Yeah. I was texting with him. He was not a happy person last night. I'll just leave it at that.
He was terrific. I mean, he had to at least see with his eyes that at least he admitted Darnold played terrific. You know, he had to. Now, granted, he probably blamed the Rams' lousy secondary for most of that. But, look, it was a fun game to watch.
No, it was a lot of I hate life. This is all a simulation. Nothing is real.
Okay.
Up is down. Yeah.
Happy Mike, huh? Man, oh, man. Yesterday was, shall we say, the perfect day for football inside, for us to watch inside.
Yes.
Because of the frigid temperatures and the snow that was accumulating throughout the day. It's not a better way to enjoy a Sunday than watch the two conference championship games. And while one was, boring as hell to a certain extent, especially in the second half, the other was electric. Kenny Cott is here for David. We have Jake there. Guys, your thoughts on a Seattle-New England Super Bowl? Mike versus Mike.
Not the Super Bowl that everybody wanted.
No.
It was not the Super Bowl that everybody thought was going to happen. This was not the Super Bowl that, it was like, okay, really? Seattle versus New England? Yeah, it's a repeat, and I'm sure they're going to show that final play, when basically
the over-under of Malcolm Butler, the interception.
When all you had to do was hand the ball off to your running back and
right.
you win the Super Bowl, Pete Carroll.
But that was the greatest defensive play in the history of mankind, the greatest defensive call of all time. And if you don't believe me, just ask Matt Patricia.
Right. That's just a boneheaded play in and of itself. But no, Stoney, I don't think anybody saw this at the beginning of the season.
No, not at all. There were some people who were into Seattle as kind of a dark horse team to possibly win the West, which they did. There were some people who thought the West might be the best division in the NFC. I was one of them. I thought the NFC West was going to be the best division, better than even the NFC North. I thought actually Arizona was going to be really good, but they weren't.
Yeah, I guess people who sit in that chair whose name is Mike felt the same way. Oh, Arizona's going to be the sleeper team. I was like, no, I think one of the other three teams will.
Yeah.
And clearly we found out that, the NFC West looks like the best division in football this year.
Yeah, indeed. And look, New England, what can you say? It's called having a quarterback and a coach who believes in defense. And the culture that has changed, it's not even the Patriot way anymore because the Patriot way went boom, boom, boom. The fact that he could build that team back to where they were in 1 year is incredible.
It is. Now, they caught a lot of breaks.
Yeah.
They caught a lot of breaks, including, okay, you're playing Denver, but Bo Nix, he's not going to play.
No.
You're going to go up and Stidham, and not their fault. You can only play who's in front of you, but New England caught a lot of breaks this year.
Yeah, they're playing a crappy division. They had one, Buffalo's a good team, but the Jets are awful, and Miami turned out to be really awful as well. And their playoff fortunes were, the matchups were pretty good, and they worked out well for them. And I think the weather actually helped them yesterday. We'll get into that. To me, the whining about the weather was just ridiculous. I didn't think, it was a factor. It helped the game. I shouldn't say help, but it was a reason the game was not that exciting. But no, that had nothing. I'm sorry, it didn't take away from my enjoyment. I don't think the game before the weather got bad. It was 7-7 at the half, and New England was lucky to even score in the first half. It should have been 10-0, but Sean Payton went brain dead. He actually admitted it pretty much without saying so after the game. And they got a fortunate, bonehead play by Stidham that led to their touchdown to even tie the game at the half. But there wasn't a hell of a lot of offense going on before the weather.
No, and then in that game, look, it reminded me like years ago. I think it was 2017. It was MSU in Michigan. And it was the rain game.
The John O'Corn game.
And it was the game that, everybody and their mother knew rain is coming at the half. And it's going to be bad. Downpour, sideways rain. Score all your points early. And I'm thinking, Denver, you're from here. Kick the field goal, 10-0, because snow is coming. You got a quarterback who hasn't thrown pretty much anything this year. Just go out there and run the clock out. And like I said, in the state game, New England did the same thing. We're not going to do anything stupid because we're not going to turn the ball over. Right. So we're going to run, punt, run, punt, throw it out of bounds. Safe passes or no passes whatsoever. We're just going to run this thing because we know you can't score. And once they did that, you know it was over. They didn't have a chance. It was like, and then the play that you ran, I don't know what you call it in Denver, the pony push. What? Just line up. If you're going to go for it, don't get cute with it with a backup QB.
And don't change the play after the timeout.
Oh, my God.
Run with what you thought. They called a timeout. It was a good timeout by Vrabel. Or whoever called the timeout. I don't remember if it was New England, but it was run that play. If it was,
and then if you're Stidham, son, take the sack. Don't throw the ball. Because think about it. He doesn't do that little two-hand push backwards pass.
Right. It's 7-0 at the half. Basically.
And they win the game.
Probably.
Because New England wasn't trying. They couldn't move the ball either.
No. And the strategy that Denver used, was absurd even in the second half. They finally ran Stidham like once, and he gained some yardage. Does he have the legs of Drake May? No, but he certainly can run for 5 yards, a few quarterback draws.
Stoney, at that point in a game like this, the rushing attack is a collective effort.
Yeah.
Whoever can pick up 3-4 yards, go for it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that game put me to sleep. That game was painful to watch. Unless you really like either one of those teams, or you're really into defense, or you're into the snow games, that game, that one was painful. It was like, oh my goodness.
But and part of that was because you had two really good defenses anyway.
You did. But when I wish I did the over-under on punts because that's it. We all found out who the punters were. I mean, it's like hopefully they had a lot of info because we're going to keep seeing these guys over and over and over again. You were hoping that something would happen, and instead it was just and punt, and punt, and punt.
248-539-9797. As far as the second game, and I just want to get this out of the way because I was having an argument with Rob Parker, of course, my buddy, and some other people.
Come on, Stoney.
Who were like denigrating Matthew Stafford because he didn't win the football game. I don't know. I thought Matthew Stafford played damn well against a really good defense. In fact, Seattle's defense, DVOA, is 5th in the league. He beat them twice, I believe. No, once. But
no, they split in the early
ones. But he had really amazing amount of yards and great performances against a really good defense. And that's not what – Matthew Stafford is not the reason they lost. You talk about stupid management of a game by a guy named Sean. Well, McVay did the same thing that Peyton did. You could argue a lot about, whether he should have kicked the field goal to cut it to 1 with about 4 minutes left. And the rationale saying, no, he had to go for the win was because they knew they might not get the ball back because they couldn't stop anybody. And I understand that. However, it goes more than that. When they scored earlier to cut the lead to, 6, I believe, right? No, cut it to 5. They kicked the extra point to make it 4, to make it 31-27. Go for 2. What's the difference if it's 4 points or 5 points? You cut it to 2. If you make the 2-point conversion, it's a 3-point game. Then you kick a field goal there and you tie the game.
I thought that as well, but I'm like, okay.
It makes no sense. Why are you not going for 2?
I thought I was overthinking things because I was like, you're probably just better off going for 2 because you're closer, you're right there.
Yeah, I mean,
But the play that was
a field goal.
The play that they drew up on that 4th down play, Seattle had it. They were ready for it. And the thing
third
is,
down play too, they were ready for.
The thing is, on the 4th down play, I wonder if Stafford just could have taken off.
I don't know.
Taken off.
He had his one run for the game, which was good.
Take off,
sacrifice
your body, get the first down, and you win this thing. You go to Super Bowl.
I don't know.
Or it's like 4 or 5 minutes, kick the field goal,
right?
Play some defense, and see what happens.
And if it still played out the way it played out, now there's no guarantee it would have. Instead of them having to go 85 yards for a touchdown, he could have gotten close to field goal range. It would have been a little different, but he could have.
Yeah, and don't waste the timeout to see if you're going to challenge.
Lord.
Like, that's when the people upstairs say, hey, Coach, I know you don't want to hear this. He caught the ball. It's a first down.
Yeah.
Keep the timeout. Let's move on.
Although, really, in retrospect, looking at that again, did he really complete the process with the ball?
He did.
He
got it. He caught it. His knee hit the ground. He still had the ball. He was down at that point. So the process was completed. He was down. The person was on top of him.
Right.
That was it. Now, he lost it afterwards, but play's over.
I thought it was close. Anyway, the telephone number is 248-539-9797. So, with Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl.
Oh, here we go.
The question is, if Sam Darnold can get to a Super Bowl, why can't Jared Goff? 97-1